I am so excited to get started with the DIY for this video because, big announcement, I am gonna go see SHINee! Finally! It's gonna be my first time seeing all of them together in concert. All of them, hopefully if we're lucky, together in concert since I became Shawol. And in this DIY, we are going to be putting together my concert outfit. So let me show you what I had in mind. So for the longest time, even before this concert, I've had this DIY in mind, and let me show you some pegs that I've put together for this specific DIY. I don't know why I'm being so vague. I mean, you guys are gonna see it in the thumbnail for sure, but basically I have been looking at so many images of this sort of hand-drawn minimal single line drawing all over somebody's clothes. Like I just really love the look, and I have been saving this particular look for a long time on my Pinterest. Why this DIY specifically for this concert? Because there was this variety show that SHINee did. I think it was to promote a comeback for Atlantis or something. I don't quite remember, but they had this one game where the members all had to draw Minho, and then they made all these like hilarious drawings of him. So I thought that was cute, and I thought the drawings themselves would lend itself nicely to this specific DIY, so it gave me a chance to try out something that I've already wanted to try out for a while. And of course, if you guys want to try this for yourself, then you don't have to do these specific drawings. These are the drawings that I'm doing because I need them for the concert, but you can easily do this with any line art that you can find or that you can make on your own. So taking a look at the Pinterest board, this is what I've noticed. I really like larger drawings more than the smaller drawing of the faces. Number two, I enjoy the contrast. So either white with black lines or black with white lines, a darker color with white lines. I just wanted to see what this would look like on an item of clothing. So what I did was I got a fabric marker and I literally drew on the design inspired by their drawings. And this is what I came up with. Ta-da! I mean, I don't know. I'll be completely honest. When I made this, my first thought was, does it look baduy? Is it the drawings? I don't know. Is it me? Do I like it? Let me put it on for you guys. So I decided to draw on this shirt because it is a shirt that I've DIY'd on before. You may have seen that video. I'll leave a link to it somewhere up here. But this is what it looks like with that print. Honestly, it doesn't look bad for a shirt, you know. I would wear this around the house and be perfectly happy with it, but I don't know if I want to wear it to the concert. It just feels too casual for me. I kind of really want to dress up. I'm inspired by all those people who go to Taylor Swift concerts, to Harry Styles concerts, where they're like fully decked out, you know. So I kind of want to do something along those lines. Like obviously I'm not gonna go nuts, but I do want to dress up a little bit in honor of this occasion. So this is the print that I'm thinking of. So what I did was I raided my wardrobe and I started looking for possible items that could be used for this DIY. And this is what I came up with. Number one, we have this navy blue blazer, which you might remember from my Tokyo haul, but it's not like very cute fashion girly, you know? Like it doesn't have that same vibe and feel that I get from the Pinterest images that I was pinning. Option number two, I have this sleeveless black blazer, which would be cute. And added bonus, this thing has pockets, so I can actually store things during the concert in my pockets. I feel like the shirt underneath is not giving justice to these items. Option number three is this cropped half button down number that I've had for quite a while. I think I've had this for about 6 years, maybe longer. And I love it. I wear it all the time. However, it is getting a little bit worn, especially here around the collar. So maybe a facelift for this would be nice. And lastly, last night, I found this specific option and I completely forgot about this. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I found this mint green blazer, which I've had forever, more than 10 years for sure. And I haven't worn this in such a long time. It was actually in a pile of clothes that I have, where I find that if I'm not wearing something for a very long time, I'll kind of set it aside. And after a certain period of time, if I don't look for it, then I know that I'm ready to let it go. So I've had this in that pile for a while. And last night, I don't know why, I was just looking through that pile when I saw this. My sleeves are a little weird because the shirt I have underneath is like really bulky around the sleeves. But if you guys know SHINee, then you know why this was fortuitous, because this is actually very similar to their band colors, which is Pearl Aqua. I don't know how I feel about wearing something like so, I don't know, on the mark, but then again, it just seems so perfect. Like it really goes with the theme. So my friends got me a light stick for the occasion. See, so this is the official Pearl Aqua color. But a lot of the times in concerts and fan meets, they ask their fans to come in light blue or in mint green like this because it is an easier color to find. But look, this is what I would look like. I would match the light stick. I don't know. So this is another option. Now, I haven't decided which one. Oh, okay. Now, I haven't decided which one I'm going for yet. But in the meantime, I thought I would focus on designing the print. So what I did was I ordered white iron-on vinyl, which is a material I've never worked on before, but it's something that I've wanted to try for such a long time. And I found this place in Cebu. It's called Cebu Making Space. And they have a Cricut machine. So all you have to do is rent out a digital fabrication space for an hour, and you can make use of the Cricut machine for free. So I'm gonna do that. I feel like in the DIY space, there are just certain things that you can do to elevate the quality of your DIYs. Like everyone starts off piecing together things that they have around the house, but then you learn woodworking and that really changes things. That kind of like elevates the things that you're able to do. You learn how to sew, and that is another level up. And one of those things is getting your own cutting machine. I feel like it lends a very professional quality to your DIYs, but I don't do enough with cutting machines to justify the cost. So finding out about this space has been like a real game changer for me. Like I am so excited. I messaged them last night. I booked myself a space for tomorrow morning, which is why we really need to get started on the design process and figuring out which item I'm going to actually iron it onto. So I'm gonna get started doing that. Last night I ordered 2 rolls of this flock iron-on vinyl. I found it at this local shop in Cebu, RDSM. They were great because I am such a visual person and I cannot for the life of me picture anything, like what things are gonna look like, unless I see it for myself. What I'm gonna do now is I'm going to take that design, and I've taken pictures of all 4 of my options, and I'm gonna do a little mock-up on all of them so I can see what it would look like on the item itself. Alright, I've transferred the images onto the iPad so we can draw on them, and oh my goodness, why didn't anyone tell me my hair was such a giant mess? Anyway, let's get drawing. Okay, so here are the drawings that I've already made. This is Onyu's drawing. And then this is Temin's drawing. And then this is Key's drawing. I tried to get it as close as I could to the actual, but I kind of also freehanded it like I did for this shirt, just so it's not like an exact copy. It's just kind of inspired by what they made. So now I'm gonna take these drawings and I'm going to try to put them on those photos of my clothes. Let's see, import a photo. Let's start with the blue blazer. And what I need to do now, alpha lock it, turn it white, fill this layer. So this will also help me decide how big I want the print to be. And hopefully I have enough for the whole thing that I'm planning to make. For this one, I did 2 photos because I know this is how I'm going to wear it in the concert itself. but I need to know where these things are going to be placed on the jacket itself, so I needed to take a photo of it, like flat, as if it was just, you know, laying flat. I'll make it look more realistic in a minute. I just need to put all these faces in the actual drawing itself. Alright, I'm gonna play around with the placement of these and then I'll be right back to show you what that looks like. Oh, that took way longer than expected. Alright, so I'm done with all the mock-ups. I'll put them up here on the screen so you won't have a hard time looking at my iPad. Let's start off with the blue blazer. This one took the longest to mock up. I just kept getting obsessed with what it would look like, and then I realized, you know what, I just need to know what it sort of looks like. It doesn't have to be perfect. But anyway, here is the final result. I feel like this one is a no just because it just looks so messy. Like when you see it all together, it looks too much, and I don't like it with the arms down, with the pattern. It just feels wrong. So, okay, we've eliminated one option. Hooray! Next one, I started working on the mint green blazer. This is when I really streamlined the process because I have this pattern that I sort of made, and that made it so much easier to just put on. I like it. I don't know how I feel about the lighter white color on the light blazer because, like I said, in all my pegs, I really enjoy looking at the contrast. So I don't know how I feel about it, but this one would be the most concert appropriate just because of the color. So it's okay. It's still a maybe, but it's not my favorite. It gets plus points for being mint green. Let's just say that. Next, we have the sleeveless blazer, and I was shocked how much I liked this one. Just immediately putting the pattern before I even started to edit it onto the blazer itself. I really like how it looks, and it makes me think that even after the concert, I would be willing to wear this. This is a very long item, so my only concern is I might have to order more iron-on vinyl to like get the pattern on all of it. And additional bonus, for this sleeveless blazer, because it is sleeveless, it's gonna be so much easier to iron it on because I won't have to worry about the sleeves. Look at this cropped black one. This is cute, no? Like, I feel like this really works. And what I like about this is, Delulu thoughts once again, from the stage, they can see the pattern. This is what I'm thinking, as if SHINee's gonna see me from the stage. But if they do, then the pattern is more visible. I don't know. So I actually really like this one. So my two favorite options are the cropped black button down and the sleeveless blazer. And right now, I'm sort of leaning towards the blazer. But what about the mint green? Listen to me. Like I was saying, I need to see it in order to decide. And even when I see it, I can't decide. I'm gonna send my mock-ups to my sister, who is not shawl at all. So she'll be able to give me feedback on just the outfit. And I'm gonna send it to my nephew, who I've been talking to about this project for a really long time. And he is sort of a fan as well. So he's gonna really like appreciate the fact that this is a mint green blazer. Should we use this blazer simply because it's mint green? I don't know. I'm gonna send it to both of them, see what they think, but at least we've narrowed it down from 4 to 3. Next step, once I decide which item of clothing I'm going to be DIYing on, I need to mock up my pattern onto the design itself. Let's get some second opinions. My sister's replied, and she likes the vest best, which I do too. Like, I really like it. I was surprised how much I like it. My nephew has replied, and he too agrees that the black and white looks really good. The vest looks really good. But he's like me. He feels like sayang na we're not using the pearl aqua one just because the color is so perfect for it. And he came up with this idea, what if I just wear like a pearl aqua thing underneath the vest? That kid is so smart. I swear he's going places. Okay, if we've decided on the vest, I'm gonna do the vest for sure. I really like it the best. I'm gonna go with my gut. My next step is going to be, I'm gonna make a pattern of this vest using manila paper. I'm just gonna trace out the basic shapes of it, and then I'm gonna draw my final pattern onto the manila paper and then translate that into, that seems like a lot of work. It seems like it would be easier for me to just measure the vest and then draw it onto Procreate. New plan! We're gonna measure the vest and then we're going to draw a new design based on those measurements in Procreate. Oh my goodness, what the hell? In Procreate, so no need to mess with that. Let's get to measuring. Although the design from the front and the back will wrap. Should I try to flatten this and then do that? I'm gonna try to do that. I'm almost done. My brother wants me to go and work out now, so I might have to continue this later on my own. I'm pretty much decided for today. I'm gonna go on with my plan to measure this, draw out the pattern, and I will see you tomorrow when we will be printing out the pattern and applying it onto the vest itself. Good morning, it is the next day, so I spent almost all of last night trying to finish the pattern for the design because I do have an appointment at the making space this morning. So I really needed to finish it last night, which was so stressful and I was so tired. I think I really overexerted myself yesterday because I was just physically exhausted. So I think around 10:30 my brain just gave up and I couldn't figure out how I wanted the pattern to look like. But I woke up early this morning and with a good night's sleep, I was able to knock out the pattern in less than an hour. And this is what I came up with. What do you guys think? I think it's pretty cute. It looks like it's not too cluttered. It doesn't look too kiddie. After all my measuring yesterday, it turns out I need way more vinyl than I ordered. So I'm messaging the shop right now and hoping that they can deliver it before I head over to the making space. So this is what I made na, the final na print. This is the measurement of the whole back panel atong vest. And then I just want the same one and ako lang siya half for the front. So it's just the same print. I'm gonna quickly talk to you before Pete comes back because I'm too shy to vlog in front of him. So I'm so grateful that I am here because he has been invaluable in helping me figure out the pattern, the things that I'm so bad at, like figuring out how to print this out into a specific size, like because I'm limited by the size of the vinyl that I've ordered. So how to lay out the pattern to maximize the size of the vinyl and then how to actually apply it onto the vest. So he's been helping me to do that. I don't know, I'm just grateful. I'm grateful to have a second brain to figure these things out, especially when I'm kind of like out of it this morning because I feel like I stayed up too late last night trying to finish this pattern. So really happy that I came here. Oh, you know what? Yeah, it might be too big. It can be smaller. That's a little too big.
It's a little too big.
No, because like then you won't see the patterns. Like,
yeah.
And then we can see how the eyebrows turn outside.
People knew her by her will to make it whatever she put her mind to. Late night hours up the hill, serving coffee to strangers talking about revenue. She kept dreaming of a world big enough for everyone, but she knew it must rain before it grows. She kept dreaming of the day butterflies survive the wheel, even though she got knocked down and never showed. Dear Lily, where'd you go? Where's your heart at? Why'd you fall back? Lately your afterglow is shining brighter, waking up an easy egg. I remember her in songs, decades old, but it doesn't matter.
Okay, I'm gonna peel. Let's see.
So memories try to recall.
Ah! It looks nice. This did not stick. This kuwang pa. But it looks good. It looks like fabric good.
Yeah, it looks legit.
She kept dreaming of the day butterflies survive the wheel, even though she got knocked down and never showed. Dear Lily, where'd you go? Where's your heart at? Why'd you fall back? Lately your afterglow is shining.
Okay guys, it's the next day. We're back in the studio. I don't think I was able to talk you through much of yesterday, mostly because, as I said, I didn't really feel comfortable talking in front of the camera with other people there. So let me tell you a little bit about my experience doing the iron-on vinyl for the first time. So I purchased 6 rolls of the Flock iron-on vinyl, and if you are from Cebu, I will leave a link to all the resources that I used to get this project done. So like I said, I bought 6 rolls of the iron-on vinyl, but with Pete's help, he was able to reposition the pattern and figure out just which parts needed to be printed and how to maximize the space onto one of the vinyl sheets. So I still have 2 extra rolls here. You can expect another DIY from me using this sometime in the future for sure. Not only did I have 2 extra rolls, I actually had 2 extra faces of the pattern that I ended up not using just because I had no space for them. One of them I harvested to kind of fix up certain parts of the pattern that didn't come out as clean as I would have liked. That's because I had to figure out my method when I started doing the ironing in the first place. So some things that I really struggled with was every time there would be places where the fabric is uneven, it was really difficult to get the iron-on to stick in those places where it is uneven, like where the 2 seams meet. So initially, I just literally put it wherever I wanted to put it and then really force the ironing. So there are some parts that didn't come down as clean as I would have liked, but then later I started to position it in such a way where the print, the essential parts of the print, wouldn't be hitting any seams, and that was so much easier and made the process so much faster. I also had a really hard time applying equal amount of pressure for the full 15 seconds before moving on to the next portion of the design. What happened then is it just wouldn't stick. So that's something to keep in mind. What I'm gonna do now is, I started this yesterday when I got home. There are some parts where the print is directly over something functional. Let me come closer. The print is directly over a functional portion of the vest, like the pocket. And of course, I still want to be able to access the pocket. So what I did was, where the vinyl pieces were like together, I just literally took a cutter and then like snipped at those smaller portions, and that way this pocket is still a real pocket. Although it did cause the iron-on to lift slightly, so I think I'll apply the iron over those areas just one more time just to be safe. I'm just gonna continue to do that everywhere where I feel like the natural design of the jacket is to have these 2 pieces be separate. And then afterwards, I'm going to style this and give you guys the final reveal. Okay, that might have been too hot. I might have melted the plastic a bit there. Okay, good to know. Oh dear.
Like a candle.
See, this is what I'm trying to fix by ironing it on again. So every place where I've made a cut in the design, it's kind of lifted off a bit here, like so. So all I'm doing is reapplying some heat and trying to glue this back down. Because from what I've seen online, they say anywhere where your design is kind of lifting like this will eventually cause it to come off. And I don't want that to happen. So I lowered the heat on this iron and that seems to be helping. I guess this is a lot hotter than what I was using at the makerspace. And I'm just giving it 5 seconds, lifting it up. And then based on the instructions I saw online for this specific iron-on, it says to give it 5 seconds and while it's still warm to peel it off. And I can see that's really flat now, so I'm not afraid of that lifting again. Okay, I finished all the finishing touches. It's time to style it and I'll be right back for the final reveal.
I wanna get away from this. Trying to find myself in this difficult world. 찾으려 해봤자 전부 소용없음. Gotta be motivated, gotta be loved. 내 일이 주변 사람들이 말하지. But I need my space, my life, and I'm in it now. I really think it's my time. I've been waiting patiently. 다시 내 지친 모습 거울에 보면 얼마나 더 클 수 있을까?
This is it, guys, the finished vest. I absolutely love how it turned out. I don't think this is going to be the final concert outfit. I'm gonna wear something else underneath the vest most likely because I think when I'm going it's going to be quite cold, so I might have to wear something with long sleeves. But just for this video, I wanted to show you what it looks like on, what it would look like if I was jamming out to SHINee in the concert. Like I said in the beginning of this video, obviously this is not a SHINee exclusive DIY. You can totally do this with any design that you have in mind. And I was surprised at how easily it came together with a little planning and how good it looks, like how professional it looks once it's all complete. With that in mind, there were a few things that I wanted to talk about quickly before I close out this video. So number one, the cost. How much did it cost me to make this whole DIY project? Let's have a running total going on this side. So all in all, that was 600 pesos for the 4 rolls. I'm not gonna count the 2 extra because I can use that for another DIY. The vest is actually thrifted. I thrifted this I think 4 or 5 years ago, and this was 300 pesos if I remember correctly, so that brings our total up to 900. The rental for the making space was 340 pesos because I ended up staying for about 3.5 hours. Honestly, that was mostly my fault because I went in with a design in mind, but we had to modify my design a lot to create the final size on the vest itself, and I did a lot of that with Pete's help. This is what I've learned from doing a lot of DIYs. It seems easy to do. Whenever I say, yeah, I can do that, what I mean is I can figure it out. And the truth is, yes, you can always figure it out, but there are certain things that have a steep learning curve, and having somebody to just guide you and kind of make the process a lot less painful is a huge advantage. So that's 3 hours well spent in my opinion. So that brings our total up to 1,240. Obviously, that will vary for you depending on whether or not you have a machine, whether or not you're doing it on your own. But that's how much this particular DIY cost me, which I think is completely reasonable for an item that I had a very specific event in mind for. But I love how it looks so much that this is definitely going to become like a standard piece in my wardrobe, and I will be wearing it for more occasions other than just the concert. Something to keep in mind is if you are planning to do an iron-on thing on your clothes, once you do it, they do become a more special care item. Like, you can't just throw them in the washing machine anymore. And I think, if I understand correctly, I can't really iron this anymore either without compromising the iron-on. So this is now like a hand wash only type item, which is fine. It's like one small piece, so that is manageable. No regrets. So happy with how this turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you give this a try, and if you do, please tag me on my Instagram. I would love to see what designs you guys come up with. Thank you so much for joining me in this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! SHINee. I don't know. We did it! Hang on. It's a little dusty, but... No, wait, this isn't the final reveal. I don't want to put it on. This is just for me. Oh, it's cute! Even with what I'm wearing, it's cute. The next time you see me, it'll probably be tomorrow, and I will have the design ready, and I will insert a time lapse of what that... I'll just be back. Bye!